a Hollywood star when he was just a kid, but then he partied too hard and lived a life on the skids. Of sin. Oh, great song. Catchy.
Boy. Why should people call 800-252-1025?
Thank you for asking, Sarah, because I know everything about everything. If you've got a thing, I know everything about it. Call me up right now, 1-800-252-1025, and we will also take your emails at KZOK.com, lifecoach@KZOK.com.
And it's brought to you by?
It's brought to you by, thank you very much, Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE.
All right.
Speaking of those emails, you got one?
We've got emails that you can send to lifecoach@KZOK.com. And, of course, you can call 800-252-1025. And if you need to be anonymous, you can. Marion Everett has sent an email. My husband and I have recently talked about adopting another child.
Good for you.
We already have 3 grown children, but we want to give another child our love. What is the best way to start this whole process? Do you know of any good agencies? And do you see any reason not to do this? We are both in our early 50s. And we are thinking of adopting a child around the age of 10.
No, God bless you. The fight for kids, newborns and things like that is dog eat dog. So you get a kid of a certain color, to get a kid of a certain health, to get a kid from a certain country. It's, but you're saying I'll adopt a 10-year-old, and I like that in your email it even says the word love. No, it's absolutely something you should do. Now, I know 2 sites that I can give you, although if you looked for them, you'd find them as quickly as I did. I can't vouch for them, but it's a big website. When you go to them, it's a AmericanAdoptions.com. I'll give it to you again. AmericanAdoptions.com or iHeartAdoption.org. iHeartAdoption.org. And have you ever thought about, well, I can't really speak to them about this, being a foster parent, because that's also a very good way of being a foster parent.
Oh, especially for like a 10-year-old.
Yeah, at a 10-year-old, they're I don't want to say they're much easier to come by, but those are the facts. They are, in fact, much easier to come by. And a 10-year-old kid is going to be a walk in the park compared to a newborn or anything under 1 year old. So thank you very much for that email, and you sound like a lovely couple.
What a nice person.
Yeah. It's AmericanAdoptions.com and iHeartAdoption.org.
This is Danny Bonaduce, life coach. He will solve all of your problems, 800-252-1025. And if you need to be anonymous or lie about your name, that is totally fine. And we do have an anonymous for you, Danny.
Okay. Hello,
Danny.
Anonymous?
Yeah, this is Anonymous.
What can I do for you, Anonymous?
Well, actually, if you're a functioning alcoholic and take care of business,
right?
But is there any way to actually cover up the smell of booze?
Super hard. I was doing what you're doing for, dozens of years, because it's also a giveaway. If I were to go home to my ex-wife and I just brushed my teeth and I walked in with minty, fresh breath, she'd say, "You've been drinking." So there's very few things I thought about smoking more to cover it, but it's just an uglier smell. You wouldn't happen to goatee or any facial hair, do you?
No, I'm clean shaven.
Okay, because one of the things I noticed, no matter what I did for my breath, is it got caught up in my goatee. Even if I drank straight out of a bottle, which I did, and it didn't seem like any of the alcohol was coming into contact with the facial hair, I stunk like booze. So here's what if you ever, and I've tried this, and this worked for me that day anyway, brush your teeth, like we all talked about right now, but also get a tongue scraper. They sell them at Rite Aid. Go get them. They're like $2. It's like a V-shaped thing with a piece of dental floss on it. And that's where a lot of the smell is lingering. So wash your hands with soap and water because the smell is on your hands. Brush your teeth. Be eating a mint or something and get in the habit of eating mint. So it's not like a tell every time he's eating mints he's been drinking. And then scrape that tongue with a professional tongue scraper that costs you all of $2. And good luck on that. And I'm not even going to tell you should get help if you know you're a functioning alcoholic. You do what you want to do. Well, I'll just throw out there, don't drive, bro. That'd be a very good idea if you didn't get behind the wheel of a car.
And if he does decide to change things, what should he do?
You should call me back, and I will put you in touch with recovery centers of King County and a bunch of other places that I keep right next to me on my desk because that comes up a lot. So email me or call me back if you decide you want to get some help on that.
Hank in Seattle, you're on with Danny Bonaduce, life coach.
Hiya, Hank.
Hey, good morning, Danny. Good morning, Sarah. Love your show.
Well, thank you very much.
Hank.
What can we do for you?
Oh, I got a big problem, Danny. You got to help me.
I'm here, man.
My wife and I just bought a home up in Squim in the country.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you so much. We're getting ready to retire, and we're only there on the weekends now, but I got a big problem. I didn't realize it when I bought the place, but we got a neighbor next door, but when they're not home, they put 2 big dogs outside, and these dogs bark continually. Well, they're gone. When they're home, they bring them inside, and they're not barking. So I finally got tired of it, and last weekend I went over there on Saturday, and the wife was there, and she was in a bad mood to begin with.
Right.
So I said, listen, we got a problem. Your dogs bark continually. She says, well, we got people walking around, and there's animals, and they bark at those things. I said, yeah, well, that's fine, but, you know, I didn't buy a home in the country to listen to your dogs bark.
Good, I like that.
Yeah, so she got a little bit miffed about the whole conversation, and I don't think it got very far. Any suggestions on what I can do?
Yeah, I do have suggestions, man. First of all, there are noise ordinances. If this goes on past 10 o'clock at night, they can be signed and ticketed for that. There's also a neglect ordinance. If these dogs are left outside overnight while they're out of town, while they're not there, they can be cited for that. So they can very easily have these dogs taken away from them for what you're describing to me. They can have the dogs taken away. I did this with a neighbor of mine. I won't say which neighbor, but it might have happened right here. Oh, it's out now. I recorded the dog through my wall because I wanted him to believe this was really happening, and people took notice of that. So if it comes in handy, you need to record those dogs and record what time of day it is, because again, if it's past 10 o'clock at night, they are in violation and can lose those dogs, and 3 times they are out, man. So that's what you want to do, is you want to stop, give your neighbors another chance if you say they were in a bad mood that day, but call the correct authorities and let it be noted by the city that these dogs are out there, and start that chain of command going, and they'll take those dogs if they're really doing that, because I'm sensitive to that, Hank, and I hate that. Thanks for the call. I appreciate it.
The recording's a great idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go over when the dude's there, if the wife is crabby.
Yeah, and just give him 19 hours of tape.
Yeah.
Mine actually, believe it or not, was 14 hours.
Oh, my
14 hours of tape.
Marissa in Mount Vernon, you're on with Danny Bonaduce, life coach.
Hi, Marissa.
Hey, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. What's up?
I have a 17-year-old daughter that learned the word emancipation.
Oh, yeah?
So she can't do that because she cannot support herself. So...
Well, how'd she get emancipated if she can't support herself?
Well, no, she tried to do that.
Okay.
So then she learned about this thing called CHENS, CHENS.
Yeah? What's that?
It's to where she can be placed in another home.
How old's this kid?
She's 17.
And so you don't want her, but I'd let this kid be placed in another home so fast.
So she'll be 18 come December,
right.
And I do home health care, so I am gone a lot. We lived over in Big Lake, and I moved over to Cedro so that she could be closer to her friends and academics. Well, little did I know that she's been talking to my aunt and uncle about how she's not getting her needs met at home.
Can I be honest with you? I'm going to call your kid Becky. Can I tell you right now, your kid's a huge pain in my ass?
Yeah.
Okay, she is. And you're doing all the right stuff, but as a mom, maybe you're overdoing it. Maybe you're making everything too easy on this kid who's not grateful that every meal she takes, every outfit she has on her back, every CD she has in her collection is a direct result of Marissa. So what is your actual question for me?
Well, she went behind my back and with my aunt and uncle, and now she's at my aunt and uncle's house, and they're disparaging. We had to go to court last Monday so that she could be placed in their home. Mm-hmm. So I just need advice on how...
You need advice on how to...
get through this.
Okay, first thing you do is that's what you want to do. I was afraid you needed advice on how to stop her, and I don't want you to stop her. I want you to absolutely let her go. But she's going with your family. Do they hate you, or will you be able to see your daughter whenever you want? And by the way, come December, you're only going to be able to see her when she wants you to anyway.
I understand that. And this is the first time I've not gotten along with my aunt and uncle.
Yeah.
I mean, they're supposed to be encouraging some sort of a relationship between her and I.
Well, it seems weird. Do you know when your relationship with your daughter started to go quite so bad?
You know what? We adopted her and her 2 older sisters to keep them together.
Mm-hmm.
And we got them at an older age.
What age?
She was 4 when we got her, then the 2 older girls were, a few years older.
Okay. By the way, if you're that lady that sent me the email about us adopting a good idea, yes, it still is. Marissa's daughter's a pain.
That was not me.
No. I just want that lady to know I still endorse adoption.
Wonderful. thing. It's wonderful. She has been our most difficult child from the word ever since we got her. She's just older now and much more stubborn, and she knows she can't be disciplined or anything.
Right. Well, she's down the street. Here's what I recommend. You let her go and let her have what she wants till she realizes she doesn't want it that much. What is the relationship with the aunt and uncle? Are they good people? Are they going to take care of her?
No, they are good people.
Yeah, let them take care of her for a little while till she misses mommy, and all 17-year-olds do. The second they get what they want, they realize, hey, man, I miss my mommy. But the first thing you got to do is let her go, absolutely, and see if you can't work it out from there, because otherwise it's just going to be you and Becky in the house fighting. Let her go away and not fight all the time, and let her know that you miss her, and there's a great person who spent years of her life taking care of this ingrate. That was my point, not yours. And that I think she's going to know where the sun shines brightest, and that's at Marissa's house. Thanks for the call, Marissa. I appreciate it.
Good luck to you, Marissa. David in Paulsbo, you are the next caller for Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach.
What's up, Dave?
Hey, my son, he's 18, and he still has accidents in his pants.
Yeah, in his pants or in the bed?
In his pants.
Okay, I don't want to use the word weird, but in the pants, that's odd. I don't know them personally, but I read a lot, and there's lots of 18-year-olds that are still wet in the bed. What's the trigger for him to wet his pants?
I don't know. It just
is it when he's excited?
No, it just happens every so often, like he's not potty trained or something.
Huh, that seems odd to me, but I will tell you this, and this is a true story, an absolute true story. There was a guy that used to like to play poker. And here's his problem. When he got excited, he immediately got excited sexually and all the way through fruition. Is everybody catching my beat there? So this guy would, when he got excited over anything, he would, what's the word I should use here, Sarah?
Have a grand finale?
Thank you, Sarah. He'd have a grand finale. He liked to play poker, and everybody wanted to play with him. And he all of a sudden he'd go, ah! And everybody would fold because they knew he had a great hand. I don't know if you needed to know that or not, David, but I just wanted to tell you. Well, I just want to know it's not super weird. This kid is not a super weirdo, but it's something absolutely that kid should be taken to the doctor. There's medication for it, and I promise you might want to go on the internet. I'm not guessing there's medication for this. I know there's medication for this. So look up online, but get right to the doctor who's going to give him an injection. He can't live on this injection, but he can live on it for a little while, and he will stop wetting his pants while he has some therapy to get him to stop wetting his pants for the rest of the time. Thanks, David. I appreciate it. Good luck to your son.
There's got to be some psychological thing going on there.
It is, absolutely it is. But in the meantime, because psychological stuff takes so damn long, but there's an injection that will stop that right there in the doctor's office. Damn, I'm smart.
This is Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach, and we're going to put you on now with Don in Monroe.
Hey, Don.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, I've got a question. There's this guy up in Anacortes that used to go out with my girlfriend like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden he's getting in touch with her on Facebook.
Hate that, Don. I want you to know, I don't know where this call's going to go, but from right now, old boyfriend connecting with my girlfriend on Facebook. I want you to know you've come to the right room. I hate that guy.
Well, I'm kind of wondering. I don't want to confront her about it and start an argument. I'm kind of wondering, should I send him a message saying, hey, she's in a relationship? How should I deal with this?
Well, that's great if you want to do that, and be really polite, because the only person in this relationship, because I've gotten involved in something like this before. The only person in this relationship that has to be responsible to you is the girl. He can do whatever he wants. So I would tell him I'd do exactly that, my man. I'd be super polite, even complimentary if you can find a way, and say, you know what, it hurts my feelings, whatever you want to do. This I can't write it for you, but would you please stop contacting this woman? She is in a relationship, and I for sure don't like it. But then you need to ask your girlfriend why she's doing it. I guess I can tell by your voice you don't want to tell her to stop, but I think you should. She should stop that. That's terrible. But if you don't want to do that, you should ask what are the needs that she has. What's the hole in her heart that she needs to talk to this guy, because it really bothers you. And by the way, if you let her know it hurts your feelings and she doesn't offer to quit right then and there, that is not the girl for you. If they won't quit doing it, no matter how much joy it brings her, if it hurts you, she should pick you because she loves you. Thanks, Don. That is Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach. And Life Coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones, Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE.